Welcome to the Spendwise Moms channel, your homemaking resource hub. This week, I spent a total of $48.83, or $24.42 per person. We chose the meals we wanted for the week, and I wrote down the ingredients we needed to make them on a grocery list. I've been organizing my freezer the past couple of days, and I found a couple of things I thought I needed in my freezer, which was great. I was able to buy a bag of apples and several blood oranges with the money I would have spent on some Italian sausage and spinach. I also found some organic peppers that were reduced, and I chopped and froze what I didn't need for the recipes I was making this week. I love having peppers and onions chopped up in the freezer. It makes cooking so quick and easy when I need them in a recipe. Substituting is something I do regularly. I go shopping once a week, and if I don't have an ingredient to make something, I will either wait until the next week or adjust the recipe. Let's take a couple of our meals this week, for example. I made some jambalaya pasta. The original recipe called for a chopped tomato, but I wanted to use my tomato for salads, so I used canned tomatoes instead. The Olive Garden Toscana soup called for kale. We don't like kale, so I substituted spinach instead. The soup still tasted good, but the spinach wasn't the best substitute. Next time, I'll just see if I can buy one leaf of kale. I didn't have heavy cream, so I used some half and half I had in the refrigerator left over from last week. It was just fine. Last, take the chicken casserole. I didn't have cream of celery soup, so I took the 2 stalks of celery that I had, and I sautéed them and made a white sauce to go with them. It worked just fine. I used some frozen rotisserie chicken instead of buying chicken breasts at the store. I didn't have any Pepperidge Farm stuffing, so I used frozen bread I had and thawed it out and made my own stuffing from a recipe I had that I liked that also used a lot less butter, so the casserole ended up using over a half of a cup less butter than called for. I frankly was surprised that it turned out so well. Some of our best recipes have come from substituting ingredients that I didn't have on hand with something that I did have or needed to use up. I prefer to use what I have on hand instead of running to the store and getting exactly what the recipe calls for. I use the recipe as a guideline. If you don't have pecans, try walnuts. If you don't have spaghetti, use macaroni. If you don't have wild rice, use white or brown rice. If you don't have buttermilk, use milk with a little vinegar. If you don't have carrots to make a carrot cake, just try to make a zucchini cake instead. It's just fine to make pizza and use cheddar cheese if that's all you have in the house. It may be a little bit different than what you're used to, but variety is good. You may find that you even like the substitute better. You can also try leaving ingredients out if they won't change the recipe too much. Oatmeal cookies taste good without chocolate chips or raisins in them. If the recipe's a good one, like our white chicken chili recipe, for example, my family's happy to eat it without the chicken. I look at substituting as an opportunity to be creative in the kitchen. As I said earlier, I like to go shopping only once a week and make do with what I have until the next week. Instead of wasting time, money, and gas to go get one ingredient, try substituting next time and see what happens. Thanks for watching the Spendwise Moms channel. Please subscribe for more videos like this.